All right. Oh, you know what? I should check. Okay. I always forget to make sure it's coming through the right microphone because it likes to change. You never know when Windows sneaks a little update on you. It's like, hey, let's screw up all your sound settings. Oh, hey, Odinsky Gaming. I ain't seen you in a while. How goes? Don't tell me. I remember the game. I played it. I'm just trying to remember what it was called. The superhero thing. He put me on the spot. Anyway, how's the game going? Indomitable. That's what it was. Okay. Like, I have the vision of the cover and everything from the backer kit, but man, I could not remember that name. How goes that? All right, so Carrie B, if you're in the chat, I remember you making the comment that you read a bunch and a ton, but I think you made the comment that you really like to raid the bargain bin of ebooks, more or less. So you probably don't see a lot of book covers there, do you? Or do you? When you're scrolling the ebooks, I guess they would have the cover, maybe? So that might... We're going to look at book covers for novels today, because I got to work on coming up with something, not just for my next book, but for like the series as a whole. So we may even redo the last cover, maybe. That's on the table. I don't know when we'd actually do it, but... I've been super busy finishing Indominant, so I've been quiet in a lot of places. How have I been? I am all right. I am ready to wrap up a couple projects. I was just thinking about this earlier today, because I got nuts I've been sitting on for a while, just doing nothing. Need to wrap it up because it's done. It just needs to, get art and an actual book made, and then there's the Moss and Stone thing, which is cruising along. But like, I would like to be done with those and get started on a different novel that hasn't been pushed and pulled in 10 different directions. Kind of get a clean slate. That way I can work on one book and one game. And we can just... Probably wouldn't stream the book working, because that would be kind of boring. But like, just get to chisel away at a ttrpg on its own without anything else going on. Ready to slow down. Purple received. Very good, very good, very good. All right, so we are going to be spending some time on Pinterest today. I guess what we're going to do, we'll just put like and don't like. So I'm meeting with Wednesday. Somebody Wednesday. Oh, you can't even say that. To go over, have this cover chat, but I have an editor with me too. And we had already talked about it, and I was like, I don't exactly know what I want. I just have inklings and ideas. So it's like, I can tell you what I like and don't like. And she's like, that's plenty. So put something together, go look at some examples, and we'll go from there. So like needs subcategories. Well, maybe when we get there. Multiple projects at once, it's a hard one to prevent. Oh yeah. Well, see, the thing is, like, Nuts and Moss. So Nuts wasn't supposed to really be anything. It was just like, I'm just going to see if I can do it. And then did a little play testing years ago, and people were like, hey, this is cool. You should do something with it. I was like, fine. And then Moss and Stone was supposed to be a little small, easy thing that went quickly. And then it ballooned and got bigger. And I was like, all right, well, here we are. So, it'd be nice to start on a project with the intention of a project. You know what I mean? What is the book about? This is the other Kesha Night one. Let's see. I need to get my other cover. This is the the vampires and the demons. Woohoo! So let's see, where is it? That music's awfully quiet. So here's ye old Bashkim. Now, I know it ain't got a lot going on, but what I want to do, if I could, I emailed the lady again to try and touch base with her, and I ain't heard nothing back yet. So assuming I can get the original lady to do more line work like this, I want some of this. More of this. Whether it's a wolf head, vampire head, or whatever, I don't know. But something like that, that design. And then we're going to try and make a cover based around that. Being able to plan thoroughly before getting started is always nice, isn't it, though? Not so easy, D6 playset. Yeah. Are these Bashkin verse? Yeah. All in the Kesha Knight universe, so. Thinking how to incorporate a piece of line art like that. So, we have... This is something Glee has already put together. She was looking at Kesha Knight ideas. Nuts! No, Nuts is another project. The initial graphic is pretty rocking, so maybe variations in the style of different animals through the books or the city. See, if I had it my way, Carrie, but I'm told I can't have it my way because I don't know what I'm talking about. I would love them all to just be like this, with this one piece of art changing, like a different head of something or whatever, like the main focus of the book was. Just have that. Just a solid white book cover with black line art, but there were some cool ideas in here. Mandela Dreamcatcher Weave. Well, so here's the logic behind the dragon head. So I gotta find the little doodaddies. Okay, so we have. Will this work? Can't do that. Can I do this? I can't do that either. Oh no. I might be in trouble, guys. Well, hang on. I can drag them in PowerPoint. Can I, like, drag it there, copy, then go over here? I can't. Okay. Little pixelated, but you get the idea. Let me get the other ones. Maybe if I make it bigger, will that work? Hey, that worked a little bit. Okay, we can clean them up a little bit. Woo, that was big. That was bigly. And then let's try this one again. Okay, that's very silly that works, but it worked. So these things, this is like on the spine of the book. It is supposed to be like for the series as a whole. I don't think a logo is the correct term, but that is what it represents. These were above all the chapters, and these were like big scene breaks, like when you had a big transition. Now Glee made these based off something I came up for this. So I had to do something what I wanted to look like and some kind of an idea for this, and then she made this, and then she made these two things based off that. So I sent all three of these to the other artist, and it was like, using these, because these are designs by the guy that is writing these stories. Like these books are written by somebody in universe. Like these are from his culture, from his people. These designs. So can you incorporate that into the head of a dragon? And she said, sure. And took it away. So, because you can see like the little squiggly doos and everything going on in there. It's just real cool looking. So that's the logic. So that's why I would like to have the same kind of style on all the books. Let's see, I gotta catch a bunch of the style being the connecting thread. Yes, the marketing people are all telling you black and white is not compelling enough. Yes. But say, how often do you just see a white book on the bookshelf? Just solid white. And you're like, that's weird. And you pick it up. And then there's this super cool design on the front. And they're like, oh, it's awesome. I will give him all my money right now. Could you keep line work and cycle through complementary colors? That might be Like, you talking about a solid color, or color each book with the primary color of the Keshanite stone featured in that book? Ah. Well, also the other reason Bashkim's book is white is because it was about white dragons, so. Yeah, no. Then make the graphic in a shield, and then the color texture, blah, 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 blah. Bashkim book cover, so good. See, Glee? People like the book cover. Also, hello, Peter. I recognize that icon, I think. Is there going to be a sequel? Well, there's more books in the same universe, Skillum. So, yes and no. Ooh, he's calling you out, Glee. My personal YouTube account there, I saw that. Being akin to the fallen but in flesh is our symbol for either of the two. We could make one. You like... I know. Some people say it looks like a deer. Have you seen the Ted Dicker Circle series? Maybe. Maybe. So anyway. There was one in particular here I thought Glee had showed me. Where did it go? I mean, these are all cool looking, but do I want them? Like, I really like this because it's the black and white look. I like black and white stuff. I don't think the line art would quite work on that, but you know what? It's cool looking, so I can put it on the like, right? I don't know why I like it. They didn't say I had to figure that out. If I do, we're in trouble. Where's the one I was thinking of? It was like... Actually, no, I think that was a physical book you just showed me, Glee. That we have in the house somewhere. Scales! Hello, Corn. I guess you can call it a mood board. The people I'm talking to told me to find things I like and find things I don't like. So this is the one I was thinking of, I think. Like how it has a big chunk of white to it and then just red and black. So that's neat. We like that. Thus far, he doesn't like color. Woo. Yeah, it would be good for Wolf Bloods, wouldn't it? A little opposite thing going on. It's pretty dope. Have to get going, but I'll try to take a look at what you're working on soon. Have a great day. I don't just appreciate you coming by, man. Ain't seen you in a while. Hope things go well. Grab you some of the books. Black, white, and third is really cool too. Yeah. Let me tell you what I really don't like, and I'm not seeing that on any of these so far. But like, if I go to the bookstore and go to the fantasy section, they have the most generic, just god-awful, boring book covers. Say, if I go to like Amazon or something. Fantasy book. I guess I could have just image searched. Excuse me. Well, let me copy the image. I have no idea what this is. Excuse me. That's boring. That's just awful. Let's see. What if I just say fantasy book cover? Go search some images. Yeah, these are all bad. Hello. You got books? These type of covers. These are just horrible to me. Just awful. What you got there?
Can I yap real quick?
I guess.
These are 2 of 3 of the same series, and just how you have the solid background.
Let me make myself bigger a little. Okay.
So these are two of the same series, and just how you could have a solid color background. This one has a solid white background, and then you do have a line art-esque kind of imagery.
I do like this one.
Yeah, that one I feel like is more similar to the dragon image we currently have, and then yeah, just incorporating like little bits of color. I like how the typography is integrated. I don't like these books in their content. Would not recommend. Rabbits, Terry Miles, more popular one. That one, very similar to what you currently have, but yeah, just like a little bit of texture, some mishmash of color. These two are wild cards, but more so like layout and vibes of maybe the line, the color itself could be. Well, like look at the back and stuff.
The back is cool.
Yeah,
I like the back. That's what I was looking at.
Like, I don't know. I think there's something here. Even just having a little bit of color in the title or something. And then this one is out of budget, but I would say this is a very textured cover. Any book nerds will know this book. This is a very popular book. But I think something, like, if we had budgeted for it, it would be really cool to get flat color behind the line art, and then the line art itself with, like, some embossment or some, like, brass texturing or whatever.
I don't even know if you can do that with self-publishing is the thing.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's the problem. You are kind of limited there.
Side or put back completely.
You can put them back, I guess.
Okay.
Well, put them right there. On the cat thing.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. The cryptid is on camera. She was. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, these are, and that's what I see all over the place. Like if I go to the bookstore for my once or twice a year trip, honestly, I could just take a screenshot here of everything I'm looking at. Like, these are all garbage to me. Just super boring. Very, got nothing going on, man. Like, and there was a video I watched a long time ago that was talking about how boring video game box art is these days. And it's like kind of the same thing. It's all just so generic. Same poses and everything. Which one? Oh, this one. Still a little side post. Like a really cheap 3D rendering right there. That's how a lot of them are, you know, the shot behind the back, and it's just, it's so, or this, you know, the arms out walking towards you or away from you. It's just, yeah, it's so boring. From stock, probably Skillum. Why they all use mist fog in the background? Filler! Authority. Symbol-based overseeing, but yeah. I was say, like, not to toot my own horn, but like I feel like when you see something like this, it kind of makes you interested. You're like, what is that? What is that weird looking design going on? There's a dragon on there. Or something like this. Like, that's... abstract isn't the word, I don't think. But there's something strange going on. And you may not know what's going on in this picture, but you know it probably means something. So therefore it has your interest. Whereas this, it's just like, it's a dime a dozen book cover. And only judged by spunk. Those are every romantic cover. Yeah. Well, that's that thing, like, right? When it does well for one thing, everybody else tries to mimic it, and then it becomes oversaturated and just redundant. Really want to fork over some money? This is what freelance designers are going to give you, that type of stuff. Yep. Those illustrators could make for some killer book covers. I remember when I was looking for somebody for this, I started off looking for book cover designers before just settling on, hey, let me find artists who draw a thing and I'll go from there. Yeah, there was lots of, they would show some of them would show the book cover, their final product, and then all the pictures they used to put it together with the bashing or whatever it's called. It's just like, none of those ever looked good. Darker Days cover, let's see. Darker Days cover. Well, I'm seeing a lot of different ones, Carrie. Is it the red and black one? With like a window on it? This does not apply for anything we're looking at. I thought that said Dark Gaze on it. I was like, what in the world is that? Dark Days. Crown of Skull has an icon, but it's too complex to be used as a regular symbol. It definitely sparks your imagination. Self-publishing, algorithm hacking, and studies. They say the covers don't have to have anything to do with the book either. Just, yeah, I've heard that. The clock is tickling. Alright. Yeah, let's go back to the cool stuff. See, like, here I just typed... Oh, not that bad. This tab, I just typed book covers, and, like, a lot of these are very cool. Like, this guy right here is super cool. Would not want it for my book, but it's cool looking, is the thing. That one's pretty cool, too, right there. What are the main themes of this book? Sadness and grief and make the reader cry. That is the theme of the book. I don't know. I'm terrible with themes. Glee, what would you say the theme of the book is? Family-ish, maybe? Bound by blood? Ooh. That's cool looking. Super simple. Dollars and cents, please. Yeah. That's the goal, not the theme. Well, I'm veering off track here. Who are the major players in the story? You want me to spoil it for you? Yeah. People groups. Well, remember, we're not trying to make one specifically for that book either. Wisp. We're trying to find a style that goes across all the books in this universe. So, the questions you're asking would be something to answer for the lady making the line art. So, right now we're just trying to find a look for the series. Oh, what you got there, Twice Dead? That's what Twice Dead sent over here. I'm gonna have to make a I don't know pile. That's pretty cool looking. Don't think it's for the book cover though. Oh, here's a weird one Peter's got for me. I saw you holding that up in the call the other day. That's a weird one. Also, it's a very cool trifold. It's gonna be neat. The line art graphic is your key image. Okay. Glee's hooking me up there. Are you wanting to change it up from your first cover? Well, so that's what I was saying earlier. Depending on what we come up with in this chat Wednesday, what's on the table is redoing Bashkim's cover. But you know, still using this dragon head. But if we find some kind of style or something like, oh hey, we like red and black and white, well, we'll go back and redo that eventually. But we were looking for something to carry across multiple books. So they'll brighten up the color palette for the deer. Yeah. Trifold's gonna be so good. It's looking pretty good. I might be a little biased, but you know. We go with variations of Glee's lines to make texture. Excuse me. Well, I think that's what she had mentioned earlier. She's like, if you know, we had the capacity to do so, you'd have this embossed or whatever. The line art raised up. So, but I don't think we can do that self-publishing. I think that's a printing limitation there. A lot of brokenness in the series. I get to see broken glass facets or imperfect. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Wisp's using the big brain. I bump a thing in DMs. Yeah, there we go. I forgot about that. I thought about it and then forgot about it. So this is a little something Glee cooked up. Just trying to use what was there and sprinkle some color on there. So red lines instead of black lines. So if I was going to do the regular black and white thing twice dead, I would absolutely want like a small amount of red somewhere for blood. Because I thought that'd be cool. But I don't know if we're sticking black and white. Low effort Glee. Okay, she just slapped this together, you know, in her sleep. And then she sent me the triangle from Slay the Spire. Sketch a proper crystal that would reinforce that thing. Yeah, well, it's more or less. It is very crystal shaped, crystal looking for all general purposes. You would look at it and say, that's a crystal. But technically it's like kind of alive and grows, so. No, it's crystal. Wisp. Pure crystal. Now, I personally like very sharp edges like this, kind of like the Samurai Jack art style back in the day. Don't know if that would, you know, work for the book cover, but I just like that style in general. Now, this is pretty cool. That's pretty dope. There you go, looking for fan movie post. Ooh. So like the lady who made this, she draws very, or paints really, very horrific paintings. Like, they're disturbing, and I don't think I can show them on stream. And it's kind of surprising that I was like, hey, you want to draw something for me? Also, froze work. Let's see. Let's look that up, Carrie. That might be... I mean, as cool as it is, Carrie, that's definitely too busy. Because that's like a full-on picture. Hey, it's that frog guy. Yeah, twice dead, very much so. He's walking in and says, yeah, are you okay? But I do like, you know, it kind of pops out. But let's see. Glee says I can't show this on stream. Oh no. Some images are not for stream, she says. Oh no. But they are movie posters. That was cool. So I like that. That's cool. But I mean, that's pretty much what we already got going on. Samurai Jack art. This looks like a more complicated version of the snakes. Provocative. Ooh. Well, let's see. Peter's sending me some cool stuff here. I like this one. I mean, not for Kesha Night, but it's a pretty cool cover. And you said, Peter, you said that's one of the artists working on your TFE stuff? Or I guess all of these are? Very cool. Very cool. You missed everything, Carrie. We figured it out while you were gone. One of the monster artists. Okay. Checks out. Actually, let's see. On another tab, y'all can't see. Let me... Where is this lady's? Does she not have a website in her email? How dare her? Got a YouTube with nothing on it. She's so hard to like find and get a hold of. She keeps moving around, changing her website. That's a restaurant. Alright, well. I emailed her like 2 or 3 days ago and I ain't heard nothing, so I'm a little worried. Might be starting from scratch. Oh my gosh, it's a naked man. I showed him on stream. I'm getting banned. What'd you do to me, Peter? Peter put a Peter on the screen. How dare you? All right. Should have worked. I didn't know it was going to open in that window anyway, so. There you go. I like this one. Ah, it's pretty good. This one is also pretty good. Oh, this is my favorite right here. I send that to the mouse ritter guy constantly every time I see it. Oh, Peter, you might like this one. It's off to the side, you couldn't see it. That's pretty neat. That's actually really cool. There's another one, same idea. Oh, yeah, I'm out of bed. This is more my speed right here. Oh man. All right. This is a problem. I have no idea what I want. But I guess I'm just supposed to be figuring out what I like the look of. Right? Is it just something I like, or is it something I like for Kesho Night? I don't know how to do that kind of thing, man. I'm bad at this. I'm bad at it. I also got too many tabs. Oh, you got the same pick? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh. Oh, here's another one from Twice Dead. I do have a soft spot for black and red. Ever since I played, saw, and reviewed Hellborn, I was like, I like the black and red look. Or I'm sorry, Dim Day Red. It was even farther back than Hellborn. Dim Day Red was the black and red one. Black, white, and red. Not for Kesho Night, I don't think, but I do really like it. Let's see, let's close that guy out. Excuse me. This guy's kind of cool. But is it cool because of the way it looks, or is it cool and interesting because it's a fox holding a glass of wine? Interesting because of how it is or what it is? Oh, are you? Okay. Should you just be in the call? Not that I'm in a call, but you know what I mean. Then you got the black, white, red, other colors giving some type fun to replace the black or white with metallic like gold. Yeah. Silver or bronze. Alchemist symbolism. Ooh. What is quantum? You're down. Quantum Curators book series. It's just your cats at dinner time. A good cover asks a question, so to speak. It intrigues the viewer to crack it open and see more. It should be striking. It's like, yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Like the things that are neat and interesting, but you don't immediately know what's going on, but you want to know more. That is indeed an egg. Is this the... I am no longer on the... This is the catcher name board. All right, let's refresh it. She said she's adding a lot. Okay. Well, I like that guy. I really like that one. See, I'm struggling because, like, this is what I'm thinking of. You know, the line art. Obviously, she could probably make something else, but we also have to potentially face the idea that we may not have this artist. If I can't get in touch with her, she has since moved on. And from what I saw, so I was gonna get her to do the line art. And then there's this lady that makes the book covers, but I don't think she actually does artwork per se. There's one from Glee. And if she can, I don't know about it. I don't think it was quite my jam. That's a good picture though. Best promotion. Oh man. Get him, Glee. Get him. Get him. Get him. Got it. Alright. I guess I gotta get him off of here. Alright. Okay. Let me go find her website real quick. That's not it. There's an email somewhere. There we go. Yeah. Apparently she's done so. Numerous Taylor Swift covers. Well, these are all Taylor Swift. What? Portfolio. Ooh, stamps with their thick lines and few colors be good inspiration. Maybe. You can massage the dragon into a cover like that Fox and Cup. Maybe. I can't. Glee could probably do it. One with a bird. Wireframe. I don't know, Wisp. I don't know. Let's see, Glee. She was talking about. Oh, it's gone. Where did this guy? I don't know how you would do that. Dune from the Skillums. Got DMs flying in everywhere. Oh, let's... What you mean by woodblock? Let's see. Okay. That kind of thing. But actually, Wisp, that's probably more the idea. And there's a stamp too. So yeah. I kind of like that though. Alright, what happens if we do wood? That's not how you spell it. Wood block print. That's... None of those are wood block prints. Okay. I get something totally different when I just search images. I like that. Oh, I was searching with the image. Is that what I did? Oh, search with... Why is that a thing? That's dumb. Ha ha ha, that's not cool. Why not? Samurai Jack, that's right. Warriors versus demons. Turn the landlord into a porter. Aku! Everybody knows Aku, except for poor Glee. Alright, speaking of poor Glee, let me drag her in here. I'm gonna do this. Let's see. But I will do this. I will do this. Let's see. Okay, can I not just join? Why do I have to have a camera? Oh, I don't want one. Disable video. There we go. And we will do this. Nope. We'll do that button. Okay, Glee, coming at you. Coming at you. You can join there. I can't type. Glee is made of magic and candy. Oh, bye, Wisp. A woodblock version of the frog and bird from earlier? That'd be cool. Wisp has to roll with all that new money he's making. Got that big raise. I see a Glee. What? Alright, they can neither hear you nor see you yet, so hang on. Video 1. Oh, well, you're on camera now. Woo! Here we go. Y'all can let me know how she sounds, but should be good.
Hello. I sound like me. I am Glee. I'm gonna minimize myself and put you back front.
Okay. What are we doing?
Mm.
Oh, you want it in here.
You asked.
I don't know what I want, Glee.
I know.
Help me figure it out. I know what I don't like.
That's good.
Yeah, that's all of these. So what is the opposite of that?
A lot of things.
Good times.
Oh, my camera's doing its weird glitchy thing. I love that for me.
Okay.
I'm reading chat. You like a very striking key image.
I like
and part of that-
simple.
I wouldn't really say simple, honestly, because the image itself is quite complex. You like minimal elements in the design, because the design itself has a lot of themes and symbolism and tie-in with your universe, because it's the language of Frondy's not the name. Other character. Zake. Look, fantasy man with his fantasy names. It's hard to remember.
Yeah, only some of them.
So it's thematically significant to have the key graphic maintain this sort of geometric line art style, and then the background needs to not take away from that. So that's where we're kind of struggling, where you want to, not that you actually want to, but I'm saying marketing wise, you would want to incorporate color and texture, but you don't want that to be overwhelming with the image. So I think it was Carrie or a couple of people earlier had said like putting it in a shield or a crest or just some kind of containing shape. Currently I'm looking at the stream, the second image where it's like there's a red stripe going up. You might have to toggle off my camera. It's flickering a lot. I don't know what's going on with it today.
Oh, you're not flickering on my end, so.
Looks like it is on stream.
Oh, is it? No BS, you're fine.
I don't know, somebody confirm or deny. But how it has kind of just a stripe to contain some color. I just think introducing color is going to help it visually stand out. It doesn't need to be like, oh, we're going to write 50 books, so we need 50 individual colors to be established right now. But if you have just a couple of colors, similar to how the earlier pins on the shared board kind of had a couple of spot colors, think about ways that you can integrate more like compelling things into the design without taking away from that key art. And we can look at like, how do you like contrast? Because a lot of the images on the board have a lot of high contrast where the image solidly white or black or plain color, and then there's blocked out, similar to woodblock prints, like blocked out sections where it's solid color or it's the invert, it's the black or white, depending on what the background was. So do you like a lot of contrast? Do you want to see your image maybe get more stippling and texture to create some depth in it? Are you open to that?
That was a lot.
Yeah, I'm just kind of rambling, seeing if you latch on to anything I'm saying. You don't have to, it's okay.
Minimalist.
This is, again,
I like this guy.
Which guy?
I guess you can't really see the board though.
Let me put Twitch over here because Twitch is more live. Do we like this guy? What about this do you like?
It's
Start
simple.
naming specific. Okay.
It's not busy.
Not busy. When you say simple, what about this? When you say simple or not busy, what about this is simple to you? Define simple in this context.
It's like 3 colors. I get that there's actually a lot in there from the different shade or whatever, but mostly solid, right?
Mhm.
I like that. And it's
Okay,
weird
we like
looking.
solid color.
Mm-hmm. And it's weird and makes no sense. But if I read the book, it probably would. Easily readable, not simple. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these guys just look like a mess. This is just stuff all over them. The generic fantasy book cover.
Yeah.
And then Yeah, I guess Twice Dead nailed it. Easily readable. You can tell easily what it is. It's strong. A strong image to it. I don't know if that helps or not.
Yeah, you want a very striking key image. You don't want it to feel cluttered with other elements. I think nailing down the style of the key image we've already done with the sort of line art, and now we're just trying to figure out what the background and supporting elements could be that make it more visually compelling while still striking that balance with you that it's not getting too busy.
Does it have to have a background? Like this guy, this snaky dude, don't have one. Just a solid color.
True, it's also not a book cover, it's just a random image.
Yeah.
The joy of Pinterest is that it's just quite a bit of delay when it happens. Yay. Yeah, my camera has good days and bad days. It seems like today is a very bad day.
I've been seeing it flicker too, but the problem is if I hide you in OBS, your sound goes away too.
Delightful. Can you layer my camera behind the screen capture?
I could, yeah, if you just want to be off. Whee, down you go. Boop. Now I'm talking to nobody.
Sorry, I think the camera flickering is distracting.
Well, I don't think I actually want red, Skillum. Because I don't see red as an important big... I mean, for this particular story I'm working on, red would be very important and useful to the cover, but as a whole, for the series, I don't think it would be.
Yeah, and I think the color is going to be one of the parts that changes from book to book.
Yeah.
I don't think you're committing to, or that's not what I intended to convey to you, that you're committing to a certain color palette. I think black and white is something that you feel very strongly about and works very well. And then just being open to having a spot color would be what it would be called graphic wise. And that could be a couple of colors. I would say maybe no more than 3 because then you're getting a little busy. But 1 to 2 spot colors that would change book to book and be relevant book to book.
Okay,
that's why with the Bashkim one, I did kind of those icy blues.
Yeah.
Because you still want the white dragon, because the white dragon is, well, it's important. But also you have like the icy sky blue that Rin is, and then also it alludes to more of the icy kind of powers and themes, the mountain that starts on.
So would it be mostly black and white though? Or...
It could be.
Okay. So like, well, I'm thinking like if you're kind of at a distance skimming the bookshelf, would it be something you recognize? Like you see it and you're like, oh, that looks like a Kesher Knight book. Or would they be too different?
It's a good question.
Because I was kind of like, I was wanting to get something where they, even if before they see the words on the title or anything, they're just like, that looks like a Kesher Knight book.
Yeah, I think that's going to come down to having a consistent style of the key image, which we have down. Even if the artist changes, I think artist, you should be able to find someone who replicates the line style. And also the layout and typography. So let's find a font that represents the Kesher Knight Legends part of the title. And then your byline, and if there's anything else, which I don't think there would be. The title itself, I'm not sure. You would probably want to have a consistent font, but you potentially range so extremely in the timeline that you might want to have more variety with the title. I don't know, but yeah. So your key art has a consistent style. Your layout would have a consistent layout. I think those things are going to really help tie it together. And then the amount of black and white and spot color would vary slightly, but not too much that it would be unrecognizable as far as, oh, this is Kishonite or this isn't Kishonite.
Twice did, yes. Well, it would take multiple books, but like, you gotta start with one, right? And then do it consistently across those books. So I'm trying to establish that now. Also, are you still there, Glee? I noticed Twitch like had to reconnect to chat.
I'm still here, yeah.
Okay, I don't know what the deal was there.
Look at the most recent image I put on the shared board.
Shared board.
Like a little demon-looking creature holding a bowl of, I don't know, popcorn. I don't know how to describe him. He's wearing boots.
Sure does look like it.
That's another example of how you can integrate just a little bit of color. So instead of just a big swath or block of color, or a single element is a single flat color, you could also just have a little bit of an accent tone, and then like maybe like how the eye and the bowl are the brightest version of the color.
It's a pretty cool picture, honestly. I like the purple one over here too.
Yeah.
Got a castle on his head, an old town on his belly. That's pretty neat. But see, that's what I'm talking about. Twice did. Like, if I had weird things like this, you know they're the same thing, right? Different pictures, but you're like, oh, that's so and so. It's like as soon as you see it, you recognize it. I'm just not seeing like line art stuff though. That looks like what I have, with some background thingies going on.
Well, that's good in a way, because that means you have a more original kind of standout style.
Yeah.
Also, I agree with Eskillum. We are kind of building it. It's more of a style guide than a brand guide, but yes, same concept.
And I gotta find a font.
Don't even think about fonts right now. We are not there.
You brought it up earlier. Solid white, black lines with one color accent won't break recognition from book. No. It'd be fine.
I worry about limiting it to one color. You're gonna run out of colors very quickly.
Oh yeah, I mean you could reuse them, right?
You could, but that's what I'm saying. If you have two, then you could do like blue and green, and then another one is green and yellow, and then so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It would give you just a little bit more flexibility. But it also wouldn't largely matter if you have a collection of 50 books one day and book 2 uses yellow and book 39 uses yellow. Like, that's okay.
I'll be about 300 years old by the time I get to that book at the rate I'm going.
No negative self-talk while I'm on stream.
All the negative. Black and yellow means poison. I learned that the hard way. Well. And Carrie B's watching and not chatting because driving. You should be watching the road. It should be listening, not chatting because driving. Let's see, let's go. Let me take a peek at what they told me to do here. Try to come prepared with book cover ideas that you like or don't like, so it can hone the conversation. Possibly specific colors you would or wouldn't want on the cover. Brittany has seen the artwork on Google Drive. 2 serpents together. I think. Well, there's one. Oh, these guys? Those aren't serpents. Oh, you said serpent-sized dragons. So there's that one. Oh, these guys? Lower? The black and white ones? Those are weird looking guys. Okay, it was those ones. Alright. Yeah, those are pretty neat. Silly looking little guys.
Little jackalopes.
Yeah.
I think that might have been on the shared board, or I considered putting it on the shared board.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
I also want to send you a YouTube channel. I have sent you this guy's videos before because they're just fun videos, but that also has a visual style that I think there's like some overlap with what I'm thinking.
What is it? Jackalope. It's like a made-up creature. It's a rabbit with horns, right?
Yep. It's a popular cryptid. It's just a jackrabbit that happens to have antlers. Or horns. There's some variety across folklore.
See if I can find you.
It was one of those like fake taxidermy things back in the olden days. And they're like, oh, we totally hunted this creature. Look how crazy it is.
Yeah, here you go. Where am I gonna put this guy? Jackalope.
Yeah.
Totally a real animal. Which art you talking about, Hadrosaur? We got a lot on the board here we're looking at. So
These are miscellaneously collected from Pinterest,
Yeah.
so it is hard to get ascribed to artists.
Or you might have been talking about this guy. Who knows? Nothing's ever linked on Pinterest for me.
No, links get broken very quickly in the ecosystem that is Pinterest. It's not great.
Grandpa had a hairy trout. You.
The video game Gris, Gris,
Oh, yeah.
also has art that I really, really adore. That's just a game built to take screenshots.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. But has, again, like that high contrast black and white, really kind of geometric line art, but then plays with texture in the color. Well, that's fan art, but...
Yeah, no, here's one from the game.
Yeah, that's the cover. I have so many screenshots from this game.
It wasn't a game, it was a slideshow.
They're just platforming. I had to Google some puzzles.
It was very cool looking, though.
But this is a nice example of how it's... Well, there's 2 colors here, but just with adding a watercolor texture, you can also get some variety in those 1 or 2 colors.
This game is a thinly veiled metaphor for depression and grief. One of your favorite genres. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of those out there.
Is it even veiled? That is the game. That is straight up the game.
What if the extra color was watercolor? I like watercolor.
Watercolor is a technique I'm not quite following. I would describe watercolor as a technique or texture.
That's a cool picture. The bird.
Okay, yeah. And you don't have to like authentically do it in watercolor. Like that doesn't have to be a limitation. Like we need to find an artist who can do this style and also do watercolor well, because you can use Photoshop or other photo collaging tools to apply the texture of watercolor to digitally rendered art or other traditionally rendered art. So it's not as complex as you would think. Very doable.
That was cool. We'll get Ignacio to do it. There we go. How about that? No.
My brain is blanking.
This guy who did the
That's
squirrel.
That's not Sean Bova. No. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because you remember he had like the Hansel and Gretel book stuff he did?
Everyone has screen name plus real name plus I don't even know. Look, man, I haven't eaten yet today. Brain power low. Ignacio. Maybe? He does a lot of organic line art. It would be interesting to challenge him and see the more geometric style that you've got. If you have a artist that you start building a good rapport with, I think it's like very valid and important to ask and say like, hey, would you like to try this style? Or if he wants to do more book cover art. It's 2 p.m. Don't at me, I know.
Let's see. Igmanny.art. Well, that didn't work. It didn't work because I misspelled it. Where's the Hansel-y and Gretel-y one?
Can you send me his portfolio so I can find it easier?
There you go. Whoop. That group. There's a guy who did squirrel things. Like, did he do all these weird little things on the edges here?
Filigree?
Yeah, that.
I had to wait for stream to catch up. I was like, sound effect. Yeah.
I guess he did.
Yeah, I would imagine if it's on his portfolio, he probably did all of it.
I know you did a design for my last cover. How do you feel about wire sculpture and paper mache work? I was say that's why I picked him. All his stuff was very soft looking. It's like, well, I need a squirrel. They're soft.
When you say soft.
Round, curvy, fluffy,
Okay.
and fantasy looking.
Yeah.
Like this picture right here. That whole, everything's soft to me. Whereas Keshenite, everything's sharp and jagged and hard.
Mm-hmm. That's where I had some concern. I was like, I don't know. Manji's really good at the style that he's refined, and it is more organic. Organic is the style with this sort of variance in the lines and how everything doesn't really end in a sharp point. Everything's mostly got roundedness to it.
Yeah, so I'll call him up and say, hey man, you know how you're really good at this organic style you got? And he'll be like, yeah. I'll be like, so don't do that.
Yeah, complete opposite. Geometric, hard line.
Can you do not that? It sure does look cool though. I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I was just saying, like, if I can't get a hold reliably of Arbuckle or whatever her name is, the original artist, I'm going to find something. Better now than 3 or 4 books in, right? When we're trying to establish a look. Can you do a 180, please? Art Nouveau versus Art Deco. Yeah. Oh, hey, I hear the Pictionary soundtrack.
What?
It's so good.
Oh, I have everything muted except for your audio. I forgot you had music going.
We're on a good track now.
Again, if you, similar to what Eskelm said earlier about brand guidelines, if you create a style guide for your universe, then it won't matter as much. I mean, it's still very important, but it won't matter as much that you're quote-unquote married to one artist. You'll have a style guide that represents the series, and then that carries over artist to artist, whether they're no longer available or you're not able to contact them. Like, don't feel like you have to specifically find the artist for your series and then you're locked in, and if should something happen, then that would be a great tragedy. But you create a style guide, which is what we're working on here essentially, and that goes artist to artist.
Yeah. And yes, skill in the art and mouse guard is very cool. I love it. Oh, man. Excuse me.
Art Nouveau versus Art Deco was a very good way of putting it, whoever said that.
That's Hob. He is the real Doom guy. The guy in the green armor is a phony. He's the real Doom guy. It's Cyros. The last one you talking about, this brown? Oh, or wait, this guy. I guess that was the last one I did. I like this guy up here too, though. I don't know, man. It's a tough choice. What do you want for your entire series of books? The Inky Bird. Yeah, the bird's cool. It's not like you can just come up to him and say, "Hey, can you make me a few samples?" It's a lot of work. Though I will say, the lady that did this dragon, she did give me 4 options. She sketched up 4 rough sketches and said, which direction? And I picked this one. And the other 3 were super cool too.
Dude, Illustrator's definition of loose sketches is so different than what I consider a loose sketch for design. It is wild.
Let's say this isn't. I can find a better one. What was the one I was just looking at? Yeah. That's what I think of for rough sketch. Like this. Or less. And then some people will be like, oh yeah, here's a rough sketch. Fully detailed thing going on. Oh no.
And then my sketches are more thumbnails where it's just rectangles and shapes that represent like content will go here.
Yeah. Man. Look at the portfolios. You can expect a few ideas in the first round of work. You can probably pay them a little push it. That's full line art, not a rough sketch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But also skill him. Yeah, that's Let's see what I reached out to Igmani, this guy we were just looking at. All his stuff, like he hadn't done anything like the squirrel thing I wanted him, so he didn't really have any. samples. So I just said I had to take a chance.
Yeah, that one was my vote. I was like,
Well,
I can
it was
see...
mine too. He was in my like what top 3 or whatever.
Oh yeah, because you cut it down from 100.
Yeah.
I was like, there's something here. There's something about the way he represents characters and expressions and poses that I could see working so well for the mascot sort of design we needed.
Yep. And sure enough, we made a winner. It doesn't have shading, so it's a rough sketch. These people are lunatics. Doors. Each cover is a new door. Oh. I feel like that's been done a bunch, though, hasn't it? I mean, it's kind of cool, though. Because I imagine these squiggly doos that this guy's been making, they're like, you would see them in churches, like on the windows and stuff. So the door thing could be. Because I feel like the Keshenite crystals lends itself very well to stained glass window design. So.
Yeah.
So maybe each book is a window. A window into somebody's journey.
It does feel kind of like the leading in stained glass. It's an interesting idea. You wouldn't want as many colors, though.
No. That would be
I don't know about
a kaleidoscope
doors.
of a cover.
Yeah. I don't know about doors specifically, but I do think we could explore having like containing shapes, whether those be like have a thick outline, they are a crest of some kind, or if it's just the color, creating a visual blocking. Because doors, that isn't going to be an image that is relevant across all books in the universe.
I kind of like the window idea. I feel like that would get too busy for my preference, though. You're going to be using kind of geometric shapes. Have you considered one symbol the same on the spine? Well, that's what this thing is. It's in the book as well, but it's also on the spine. Like, that is the symbol for Keshenite Legends universe.
You can call it the Keshenite icon. I don't think logo is quite appropriate, but icon maybe.
Icon, symbol. If this is based on an in-world culture, then you might get away with departing of the style if it is written by someone from a different culture. We'll say they're all written by the same guy. Sigil. Keshanikon.
Yep, there's Deco versus Nouveau again.
Somebody beat you to it, Carrie B. Gee, that's what we'll call the Keshenite cons. Conventions will be the Kesho cons, right? One day.
Just keep shortening it. If any folks in the chat are familiar with Redwall, that series, how the end of the books would often have a note or letter written by the current caretaker of the Abbey or the current archivist of the Abbey. Similar concept in Keshenite, except it's the same person, because he's essentially ageless.
Ooh, here's a dragon. Oh, now this one's pretty cool.
I have to wait for stream to catch up.
I don't know where you put the words and lettering on that one, but that is a pretty cool image.
It is a cool image. It's a far departure from everything else we've gathered so far, but it is a nice image.
I also like that that's actually not bad for the current book I'm writing. It would actually work very well, all things considered.
Yeah.
I think that one was actually on your board.
Maybe. I've scoured so much of Pinterest.
And that's even got the red. Of course, I guess it's, a little Red Riding Hood, so.
Yeah, we don't want to think as far as specific fonts at this point, but it is important to think about how the typography is going to be integrated on the cover, because you don't want it to. I think lower quality book covers, the title is just slapped on top, kind of like a floating element. It feels like a secondary thought.
Like
So,
these guys over here. Just
oh, yes. Yeah. Sorry, I had to wait a second. Yeah. It feels like we photo collaged a image and then we had to put the type on top. I don't think you need to go as far as some of the examples that I set in your office, where the letters are like fully part of some of the covers, but just thinking about the spacing and where it's like, oh, these are all at the top or all in the center, or there's a little bit that dips behind the image. That'll be a whole rabbit hole in and of itself, I say, as you click on a rabbit.
yeah, but then I found a hedgehog.
Focus.
No. Collage stock art with title added. Yep. They're garbage. That's what they are. Lots of cool pictures, but what is Keshonite?
Top right.
Oop.
Very, very top right of this hedgehog page that we're on.
Well, I can see just a little bit more than you can. Is it the one with the red sun, or?
Red sun, yeah.
Okay.
The person kind of on a cliffside. That
Yeah.
one's coming a little bit back to the style we're trying.
Yeah, it's all jagged and straight edges, except for his horns, I guess. But...
Because I like how spot color is in these types of images, where you have just one or two elements that are fully that color. There is a principle of design that's name is escaping me, but it's where you relate objects based on their style, color, or size, and the viewer will just automatically group them and say, like, when I'm looking at this image, like, oh, this character must have some relation to the sun. Maybe not the sun blatantly, but maybe the sun metaphorically, like they are a powerful source or a bright source in the book. There's interesting ways to use color like that.
What do you call it? Key color? No. Spot color.
Spot color. That's not quite the right term, but it's a printing term. Spot colors are similar to like Pantone. Like you have to set it up in the file as a spot color, and it's like a specific type of ink gets mixed and applied to the print. But I also think it has a more broad use of the word, which is why I'm using it here.
Well, I like it. Whatever it's called.
Not quite just Stoltz, but I'll try and find it off to the side.
What's wrong with the Bashkin font already? So it is super generic fantasy book cover font. Like, it's been used on a million things. So I grabbed it because it was safe.
Kali was not available in that consultation.
Yeah. So it's yeah, it's super generic. I've actually seen it on some books in the wild. It's like, hey.
Whoa.
And then
look
they
at you
had
picking up on things.
And then they had a terrible cover like these. And I was like, oh. It's free. That's what it is. That's why everybody has to. That's why it gets used so much.
Thoughts on the one that I pulled for my mock-up?
Oh, that's over here. Maybe I gotta zoom way in. It's pretty cool. But I don't know. Seems kind of thin.
Oh yeah, it needs beefed up, but just the fact that it's a serif font, it's got like some interesting geometric flares and
I'll
lines.
say I
shooting
like
off of
the
it.
on the A and the S, the going through there weird. I like that.
Because we're getting into fonts, which I said we shouldn't do. And another aspect to consider is the fact that it will need to be a very timeless looking font, because you have the potential to span thousands and thousands of years. So you want fonts that work for something that takes place in a more futuristic setting relative to this universe and a more ancient setting relative to this universe. So you've certainly set up for yourself a challenge.
Go big or go home, man. World building across a series. It's so much fun. I wish I could just write one-offs. Skillum wishes he could art. He can design, but arting is hard.
Same.
I can draw stick figures.
I love your stick figures.
They are,
I have one of your stick figures in my office. He watches over me.
They are growing in popularity. Every time fonts gets mentioned, you have alerted the Kraken pops up in scripts. Yeah. Font expert.
I would love to develop the skill of true hand lettering, but as it stands right now, I'm quite content with my level of skill of customizing typography and just taking fonts and messing with them and being able to customize them to a high degree. But I can't do true hand drawn type yet. One day.
When's the Kraken font gonna be available for download?
The Kraken font? That sounds like that would be a display font, which I educated you what a display font was recently. Yep. Do you remember?
You educated chat, I think. Right? You were in the chat.
It might have been.
Yeah. Have to have such a steady hand to do it on paper. A display fonts for like headers and titles and stuff. It's thickly and bigly.
Not necessarily thickly.
Oh.
In fact, it can have some of the thinnest hairline strokes to it because it's meant to be at large scale.
Like this guy? Your Bashkin font?
Pausing for stream. Yeah. So
That's pretty thin.
Kind of a display font. But yes, that would be a good use case. Book covers would be great for display fonts.
Whole cover and impact. Now you're speaking my language, Skillum.
God help us.
Hang on. We can make it a reality here. Super quick.
Lobster. There's a retro one. I don't think we're selling ice cream and candies.
I know that one. Too bad Wisp left. He's gonna miss this majesticness. I don't know, man. That looks pretty great. I just did the one part, though, not the whole thing. There we go. It's perfect. Skill in typography is sometimes don't make typographical errors. What you think, Glee?
No comment.
No comment? My hard work. It's so good. Terrible. Oh, looks good, but doesn't fit the vibe whatsoever. Yeah, that's how I feel about a lot of the pictures I'm looking at. But the problem is I don't know what the vibe is. I feel sorry for artists who have to work with me. I really do. I try to make it easy for them, but...
And that goes a long way.
It's like, I acknowledge I'm a pain in the ass, but I'm trying not to be.
You are a perfectionist in the sense that you also don't have a strong sense of what perfection is.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah, frustrating to be you.
Vampires that are actually demons. That's the vibe for that book, but remember, we're trying to come up with a style for all the books. So.
Yeah, all books take place in the Keshanite universe, and the Keshanite universe spans... Is thousands of years accurate to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because there's like 1,000 between Bashkim and this one. So, maybe not that long, but it's pretty decent. This book specifically is a pretty decent chunk of time goes by. But it definitely covers, the series as a whole covers thousands of years. So.
Yeah, currently you're exploring more books that are taking place in the more fantasy-esque era of its history. But you are getting further and further with technology. But yeah, we're also, you've been exploring like, oh, the Beastkin. That's going to be an earlier era, I would imagine.
Yeah. And the other thing is too, because like the guy writing this, he is from a race that goes extinct pretty early on, so he's like, I guess that's why his style wouldn't change as the years pass, because he is a memory of what once was, and he's telling all of these stories. So even though he's long since been gone, so. Have you considered doing this in Google Slides? Not Google Slides, but PowerPoint.
Bash being like the surname. That's terrible.
Bashangi.
Like Angie, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the key image, like the dragon, that's going to be the element that changes the most from book cover to book cover. And then as we establish what the general style and vibe is of the background and any supporting elements, what the typography is, those are going to be consistent from book to book. So that'll help unify the series. The style that the key image is rendered in, like this geometric line art, that's established. But what the image is, that can have great variety, and that will help sort of transcend the time as well.
Man. Just tell her to give me like 5 mock-ups. See what she can do. Free of charge. Hear Glee groaning at that suggestion. They literally have a cover design where the words change, symbols change, and the accent colors change, but everything else stays the same.
Yep, that's what we're getting at.
Yeah.
It's like the placement of where his byline is, where a Keshanite legend, or however we're phrasing that, unifying bit, and then where the title of the individual book, like those layout bits will stay the same, where they're arranged. And then the visual style of the background and the key art, those are going to be the same, and then just what the key art is and what the colors are, those will change.
Yeah. What she said. But that requires Scrat to make decisions. And he's not good at that.
You have a very thorough and exploratory process, and that's okay. It takes a while to make the decision, but you do make the decision. I mean, you have to. The book is going to exist.
That's all you do is in these streams and makes decisions. I feel like that's the last thing I do, Skillum. I just throw stuff at the wall and then I usually leave like, yep, I got to make a decision with this later. I'll do that off stream. See you later.
But hey, you picked what to scoop up to toss. You picked where to toss it. You picked whether or not you cleaned it off the wall or just left it there, you know?
I guess.
No, okay.
I like this picture. That's cool. I like that style.
But do we like the style for Keshnet?
No.
Okay. Focus! It's like a horse with blinders that keep yanking you back to the path.
I know. The worst.
But I mean, Pinterest is set up to be kind of a vortex. It's like, oh, I find this cool thing. Let me just be 10 clicks in and forget what I originally was looking for.
Look at every item on the menu before choosing chicken tender. Hey, we have. That's a thing. I will. If there's a restaurant we go to more than once, I'll have, you know, the thing I always get, but I will look and think about it for a long time and just like, no, I'm just gonna get what I know is good.
The restaurant we go to with mom and dad's, I'm very much that. I'm like, other things sound good, but man, I just want their barbecue shrimp.
Yeah. And sometimes it is the chicken tendies.
Yeah. We have our safe foods.
Yeah. Man. These are spoopy looking. Another black and white one. Well, I was gonna say I'm getting hungry, it's time to eat, but I ate before I got it on here. Dang it.
You want some taco salad? I'm about to make some.
Taco salad? I'm gonna have me a piece of chocolate.
Oh, that's not
And my
the equivalent of a
stash.
meal.
Yum. Alright. I guess I do need to, like, get off of here, though, and hammer these in, I guess. I got some likes. I feel like the dislikes are pretty easy to understand.
Yeah, I don't even think you need visuals for dislikes. You can also have a list. You should have a list anyway, similar to what we did for
Mossy Stone.
Bova. Yeah, how I kind of ran you through the mentality of like is not. So for your is nots for this, it's pretty straightforward. Like it's anything that is overly busy, high renders, high detail. Like it's, you want things that are more geometric, more minimalistic. Let the key art be the hero piece of the cover.
And yeah, Twice Dead, I looked at some of the wood stuff, and like that's a good look for it.
That would definitely change the style that the image is rendered in, because that has a lot of texture and variance, which you can apply after the fact. I don't know. It would be a little bit of a departure, so it'd be something you would want to explore separately. Because if you have kind of a textured line or shape, that's going to contrast the current style of those graphics you have internally in the book, like the chapter and section dividers. And when you get that small, it's hard to get something that looks like it has that sort of texture and variance. Because you're doing something very handcrafted.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Well, yeah. We'll stop it there. I guess I'll make me a little list. I got today and tomorrow. I do have to get some writing done though in the meantime. So, be a little shorter than normal today, but let's see, what is...
I'd say your next step is to make a couple of groupings of your likes, since you've got some variety with what's up right now. Create 2 to 3 groupings of things that you like that feel very visually similar, and then do a text list underneath about what of those images you really are drawn to. Keep it all likes, keep it all positives. Like, this is the thing that stands out about this, and sort of define those groupings. And then hopefully as you work with the cover artist or even your image artist, like, they'll help you navigate more terminology or just hone in on, okay, these are the ones that we definitely want to move forward with.
Yeah. I can totally do that.
You can.
We'll see. Alright, so Thursday I will be back for another Hangout sesh. I think we're doing more Kesha Night stuff, I believe. And then next week, should have some interviews and whatnot to do, so if I can get a game on the board for Saturday, maybe I'll do that, but no promises. So in the meantime, have fun, and I guess Glee gets to say bye YouTube this time.
Bye YouTube and Twitch
And
Kick
Yeah.
and VOD watchers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, hello VOD people. I always forget about them. We like them too, though. They count. Anyway, see you later, everyone.
Bye.
Whee!